Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nato with you here on another picture perfect Thursday afternoon in Hollandale Beach, a fast main track, a firm turf course. The heat is here though. Temperatures in the upper 80s today, but the weather looks phenomenal. I'll be flying solo basically all weekend as Ronnie and Samantha are up at Pimlico. This historic Preakness 150, of course, on Saturday afternoon. Kentucky Derby, Saturday evening, maybe. Kentucky Derby runner-up journalism, a heavy favorite in the Run for the Lilies, their second jewel of the Triple Crown. We'll talk about that quite a bit throughout the coming days. A huge wagering menu up there as well, so they'll be up there doing their thing, but that means you get me front and center for better or worse down here. Good solid 9-race card on a Thursday. That Rainbow Six already up to $1.25 today, and that'll go in race number 4. You can see the carryover at $57,000. I've got that ticket. It is big shoes to fill with Ronnie up there in Baltimore. So I'll have the ticket there for the Rainbow, and we'll have that all weekend long. Looking forward to that. Strong Saturday card here as well. And if you're thinking about coming out, we'll take an 11-race card and kind of belly you right up to Preakness 150 over at Pimlico. And we've got a couple stakes on Saturday, turf stakes to Mr. Steele to wrap up the card. That is very, very solid. So looking forward to that. But looking forward to an early pick 5 today as well. And let's take a look at it. Not too many key scratches and changes on the card, but I lost one in race 2 that knocked this down to $18. Race number 1 we'll get to in a second. Race 2, I always did have the 6 Evolution on top. Race number 3, it is a 3, Adios Now. Race number 4, the 5 for me, Hard Scholar. And in race number 5, the 4, Love Mommy Love on top is my best bet of the day. And that is the old proverbial low-hanging fruit there, especially with a big scratch. She could very likely be odds on in that spot. But that's a good anchor, and that's a good single in the Rainbow if you need one and you're thinking about looking for chaos in the other legs. So there you go on an $18 early pick 5 play. Let's get back into the opener now. We're at 5 furlongs on the Tapeta. These are 12-5 maiden claimers here, 3-year-olds and up. It's a clean field of 7. I want to give a quick mention to Yolbert Torres, who will ride the 5, scored his first career win on Sunday. Congrats to him, something you'll never forget to be sure. So, he's got that one off the back now and onward and upward there. So well done and congratulations. But this one starts off for me with Nuclear Empire on the outside. I'm looking at the odds now. Maybe it's even pointless to mention them right now with 52 minutes to post. But this is a horse at 5-2 on your morning line. This is a horse you want to see getting bet and taking money. If he is sitting up there at 6-1 by post time, no, not going to happen. This is a maiden special weight dropper that hasn't been out since the middle of July at Monmouth Park. Now, what's going on here? Wow, it's going to come back as a gelding. Going to add Lasix, going to add blinkers. We've got a 10-pound apprentice riding for his first career win as well. So there's a lot going on, and Jorge Delgado is throwing a lot at this now gelded son of Yes We Can. Chased and tired when last seen. Obviously something went amiss. We haven't seen him since. The work tab is, we'll call it solid, if unspectacular. There are gaps there. I like this post position, though, and quite frankly, I like the rest of the field as well, because if you're going to tell me Tricky Tiger, the 2 horse, is 6-5, at least in terms of the morning line, you're allowed to look elsewhere. This is a horse, we'll show it to you now, bring him up last time at even money, which was better than the 50 cents on the dollar that he burned 2 starts back. Cajun's cooking is going to win this race, and he's the one. And I'm sorry, Tricky Tiger is just now 2 starts in a row off the claim for Jose D'Angelo. He's not all that interested in, meeting Ryan and Lauren out there in the winner's circle and getting his picture taken. You got to win from there. I'm sorry. This is twice in a row now. He's burned a lot of money. You just can't come back to him at a short price. Maybe if you want to single him to get leverage that way to kick off the early 5, that's fine, but that's not a horse. And Max and Fido is behind there. FIFO, excuse me. He's more down the rung there, and that's why I've got him in 3rd. Again, this is Tricky Tiger's race, but we've now said that 2 starts in a row. and it hasn't happened. Early pick 4 here in race number 2. We'll get the 2-year-olds going again. 2-year-old racing has been very good here at Gulfstream Park so far this year. These are the fillies going at it here at 5 furlongs. Scratch the 1. She's wicked hot. Scratch the 5. Insta Purchase, as well as the 8. Forever Hustler. Let's take a little show all the tickets today. Let's take a look at my early 4. It's a $9. Thanks, guys. Early pick 4 ticket, 2 deep here. We've talked about it already. The anchor, the single in race number 5, Love Mommy Love, at a short number for Safi, who's just loaded for bear this weekend. 4 of them in the Mr. Steel to wrap up our Saturday card and take you to Preakness 150. It's a good race though here. I think Arundel's got a couple homebreds in here, a couple owned Arundel runners. One of them's a homebred, and that is the 6 Evolution. Let's take a look at Evolution, a daughter of Brethren. They brought her up to Keeneland. And, if Brian and the crew are going to take horses to Keeneland, they like them. And Evolution was pretty solid. Satisfied Mind won off here easily at odds on. But Evolution chased her the entire way and really didn't give it up till mid to late stretch. She's still got dead aim here. The winner was just too good, too precocious. This is a nice effort, though. And, this is today it's a class drop. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And the fact that Evolution's got a race under her belt, I think that's a big deal, too, because now with the 3 scratches, none of these other gals has met the starter before. And Evolution's done it. She did it in Lexington. She took her act on the road. She's problematic. This is a full to Olga, 6 on her debut, but Olga was actually okay for these guys, for Arundel, and she was okay. She actually won the other day for Carlos David, so Evolution to me in a very, very good spot. Hey, how about Patrick Biancone and the job he's done with his 2-year-olds already this year, winning races at Keeneland, winning races here at Gulfstream Park, winning a Royal Palm race on Saturday. That was really cool. And Tully Road is another one of these homebreds at Patrick's team with Amy Dunn to do some good work. Leinster, another one. This has proven to be a very, very precocious starter. 2 for 3 with first-time starters, and they're both for Patrick. On unraced Dam, her first foal. Outside post position, not ideal, but she does get to scoot over 3 spots to the left. I think that's a good sign. Arundel's also got Sushi, the 3. This one for Jorge Delgado. The Dam was a real workhorse. She was 13 for 77. She did it the hard way. She wasn't much, but that's all racehorse right there. Took her 3 starts to break her maiden. This is her first full. Tab the tote there. Let's get on now to race number 3. We'll get to the Tapeta today. It's at 5.5 furlongs here. These are 12-5 claimers. 3-year-olds are 4 and up, which have never won 3 races or a race since 11-15 of last year. No changes in this 8-pack here. I'm on the 3 Adios now. Off the claim for Garofalo and Shikandaz. Was a good second to the class dropping over Doof to get a win 3-0, and 3-0 finally was good last time. Put him on the lead. He was down the road. Adios now, unfortunately, got into the chase press mode. That wasn't going to work out too well with 3-0, finally finding his group after, I think he was 2 for 30 with, I'm going to say 17 underneath finishes. Well, he found his friends last time. You wouldn't maybe think it. Maybe you wouldn't realize it. Garofalo is 25%. 3 for 12 off the claim. You might expect a little better from Adios now today. The 2 is Readier, and he got the job done last time. He stalked and kicked, middle moved, and held on, desperately held on. That was a 2L win last time, though. Waters are deeper on the rise today. I will say this. It was an extremely fast race for the level. If you want to get into the figures, the buyers, I don't really trust them on the Tapeta, but it was a fast race. You get Edgar Zayas aboard. I want to show you the 5 AG Diamond, who I think I had him at 8-1 on the morning line, and boy, did they make me look like a fool. I don't know why they bet him, to be perfectly honest with you, but whoever they were, they knew, and they were right, because he was really good, blasting 2Ls. It was the first start for Carlos Perez. I usually think of him with the Barrio stables as very crafty. Well, this La Milagrosa stable for Carlos has been doing good things too. You want to take that race right at face value and and kind of be stubborn and just look at that race. I think that's probably what you're supposed to do because it was the first start in the barn. It was the first start back on Tapeta here at Gulfstream. Just look at that race. It was really good. And I know he's rising today. He might be the speed of the speed. There's actually, for a Tapeta sprint, not a whole heck of a lot of speed in here. If he breaks running like he did last time, they might not see him again. And blinkers are actually going on off a win. Kind of odd, but that says he's going to be even have more speed. He looks like he's very, very dangerous. But with that being said, the waters are deeper here. Readier looks like he's a pretty good 2L riser as well. And I think my pick, the house horse, we'll call him, because he's experienced at this level. I think he's in a good spot. And he might get, we'll call it, slightly overlooked with 2 winners coming in and, you know, kind of good, solid connections as well. 3 down on the 9-pack here on a Thursday card. Let's take a break. When we come back, I've got the Rainbow 6, $125 in your estimated jackpot. Stay tuned.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access Past Performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access Past Performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome you back to Gulfstream today. Brian Nadeau with you here on a 9-race fast and firm Thursday card. As I talked about to kick off Gulfstream today, the Rainbow 6, $125 in your estimated jackpot. I've got you all weekend long here. I've got tickets all weekend long with Ron and Samantha, a lot of the West Coast crew up at Pimlico this weekend, that historic Preakness 150. I'll talk about it a lot. Of film and video, and pics are out there as well. So check that out. But let's get back to this Rainbow today. Today's a tight one for me. We've seen singles over the past 3 or 4 days as this pool builds. I'll say this. If I'm wrong in race 5 and 6, there's chances at singles today, too, because these are heavy favorites. I don't see it like that today. I've got a pretty fat ticket. I think it's tomorrow. Today, I'm tighter. We'll get to race 4 in a second. Best bet of the day, as I alluded to, 54, Love Mommy Love. Race number 6-2, Super Lucky Lady. 6-5 on your morning line could very well be odds on in that spot. We'll spread a little bit late to try to get some value, and that's what I'm hoping for. Race 7, the 4, Blaze of Color. Race number 8, 3 deep there. My long shot, the 1, Don't Tell Tamo. Tamo, a little bit of a reach there, admittedly. Race number 9, the 4, Migratory. Now, that'll be an anchor for a lot of people, and I'm actually a little irritated at myself that I picked this horse on top. I'll show you why a little bit later on. He's a very, very big favorite, at least on your morning line. He does not have to win, and I'll show you why. Because he tried to lose last time, and golf clap to him. He did it, and he did it well because he blew that race. We'll show it to you. Back here in race number 4, though, to kick things off, and we're at 5 on the Tapeta, 12-5 maiden claimer here. 3-year-olds and up. It's a clean 7-pack, and I'm on the 5 Hard Scholar in here. Jenna Antonucci, all of a sudden the barn is getting going. And how about Do-Gooder? Twice in a row, just a romp job. Looks like a filly that might be going places. Well, Hard Scholar's not going places, but I think Hard Scholar might go to the winner's circle today. Going to return to the Tapeta, second off a layoff after a no-show on the dirt last time. This is what I like. Coming back today is a first-time gelding. I think that's a big deal. The Tapeta race 2 back, that was in December when he was last seen prior to the break. It wasn't any good, but it was for a quarter, and it was an extremely fast race for the level, and the top 2 finishers both came back to win, and they're okay. Air Force Cruisin' and Nando, you know, they're not bad at all. This is class relief. This is back to a surface that he's run okay on. Good post, first-time gelding as well. Hard Scholar on top for me. Insanity, it seems, is down on the inside, and He just tangled with Prince David. That's the 6. And Prince David beat Insanity, it seems. That was a little bit ago. Insanity, it seems, look at the running lines. He's clear in mid-stretch in 3 starts in a row, and he can't see it out. Well, that's just not good. At short prices, too. Cipriano Gil's going to get aboard today. Maybe the new jock helps. I don't know. You know, Mika Husbands, Edgar Perez, and Jose Morelos are all pretty darn good, too. Just maybe it's a change of scenery, so to speak. But, that leaves such a bad taste in the mouth. The reason why I put him over Prince David, if for nothing else, is the speed. And that 5.5 furlongs that's going to play. But Prince David now has backed it up twice in a row. And I'm not going to sit here and play jockeys musical chairs. I think that's an extremely dangerous scenario. But, hey, Jose Morelos has ridden Prince David twice in a row. And he's ridden Hard Scholar a lot, too. And that's Jenna Antonucci's main guy. And I don't know, he lands on Prince David. Food for thought. Take it for what it's worth. Late pick 5 in race number 5. And my buddy and cameraman Dennis, made the point. There's no turf racing anywhere today. We got it. We're fast and firm today at Gulfstream. So check it out. We've got good turf racing today. The TT Pick 3 is back tomorrow. We've got 3 turf races tomorrow. You look behind me, you look at the weather. It looks just darn good all weekend. So kudos, kind of a little bit of a feather in our cap. Let's take a look at the late 5 today. $18 ticket for me. Again, back-to-back singles, and then we'll spread in 7, 8, and 9. I will remind everybody my long shot 81, Don't Tell Tamo, in race number 8, the 1. Kent Sweezy, second out on the turf there. $18. Short number on Love Mommy Love, but and that's who I've got on top. She's better than these horses. It's Safi. You heard Pete in the replay. If you caught the Sunday racing, that Safi's teaming a lot with Francisco Arrieta, and they got a win in the stakes on Sunday, and what was an absolute tour de force. Pete called it 15 or more in the stakes, so that was cool to see. A guy that Safi's had success with out of town. Hasn't happened yet here at Gulfstream Park, but it did on Sunday with a stakes win, and they're in a good spot today. She's just better than this group. You got the scratch, I should have mentioned this, of the 7 Smart Spending in the body of the field. The AE Band of Roses is out. The rails, 80 feet today. You have to take note of that. 80 feet today. That is very problematic for outside horses. Now, because of that setting, we're only 8 deep in these races, so maybe it's not as big of a deal, but speed's going to be elevated. Outside horses are in a little bit of trouble. Love Mommy Love on top. Let's show you World Traveler. Now, the Smart Spending is out of this race. They're both in here. World Traveler ran well in this spot. She had to do the dirty work. And she had to go make first run into Strand of Gold, while Smart Spending is kind of in a good spot here. When World Traveler, to her credit, she saw this out. Paco was very, very game. Cipriano Gil takes over today as Paco's winning about 9 a day, I think, up at the shore there, up at Monmo. This was a good win. And she's probably she is going to get first run on Love Mommy Love. She's going to get a little bit of an acid test today. I know this was for 20, and that's what this is today, 20 as well. You probably didn't think you're going to look to the left and see Love Mommy Love in a spot like this, and that's why she's underneath. The rest, Strand of Gold, you just saw her. I don't think she's a win threat. She couldn't wire last time against Lesser. Well, she kind of walked the dog a little bit on the lead. I don't see it happening today against Better. Fun one to kick off the late pick 5. Late pick 4 in race number 6. We're back on the Tapeta. 5 furlongs here, and what's a 12-5 2L, fillies and mares 3 and up. No scratches, but the 5 Chica Music is going to be ridden by Jonathan Ocasio, Kentucky Derby winning jockey Sonny Leon. We'll wait to see him. Expect him back, not riding today. Honor Her is the 6. No hind shoes. Take note of that. No hind shoes on Honor Her. Let's take a look at my late 4, and then we'll get back into it. $18 here as well. You can see the single here, Super's Lucky Lady, at a short number. And then again, we spread in 7, 8, and 9. Long shot, 81. Long shot for Sweezy on the turf. Don't Tell Tamo. Let's get back into it now. I feel like there are some short morning line favorites that you're allowed to maybe go against. I didn't really think that was Super Lucky's Lady today. Warda beat her last time. Warda also beat Honor Her, who's in this race as well. And Warda came back to win, and she looked good doing it. Maybe you're asking, well, why is Super's Lucky Lady 6-5 when she just lost to Honor Her last time? Well, Honor Her was 44-1 last time. Where the heck did that race come from? I don't know. It was at 5.5 furlongs too. I feel like the cut back to 5 is going to help Super's Lucky Lady, who was 7-2 last time, who was even money 2 starts, 7-2, 5-2. They always better, and I don't see why they wouldn't today. In the betting public, and I don't blame them at all. They can take a very kind of subject, questionable view of horses that blow way up on Tapeta, and that was Honor Her last time, because 2 starts back at 35-1 against only 3-year-old fillies. She didn't do any running at all. She beat 2 home, so I've got to make her prove it. I've got to see it right back for her. I did put her in second. I like this post position. I think that's going to help her, but I don't think if this race is run 10 times, I don't think if the last race was run 10 times, she's beaten Super's Lucky Lady more than 1 or 2 of them. It just happened to be last time. I'll reverse it today, and I'm going to single Super's Lucky Lady. Princess Blakely on a cutback. Well, the route didn't work last time. That's to be sure. She's run well. Good race, bad race on the Tapeta. 1 for 23. Just not the type of horse you want to get involved in on the top end. Race number 7 kicks off your late pick 3. These are $8,000 claimers, 3-year-olds or 4 and up, which have never won 3 races. No scratches in what is a 10-pack. But the 3 Quencio, Lasix off today. Will not run with Lasix under the 10-pound apprentice, Yolbert Torres. And as I mentioned, kudos to him for the win the other day on Sunday. We'll start with the 4, and that is a Blaze of Color. I don't know if this is a little bit of a stab because he's run very well of late. Got a headwind. He's a neck, head. Those are his last 3 races. The win came 2 back. He lost by a head last time. We're off the claim today for Angel Rodriguez, and that is very quietly 27% angle, and that's pretty solid. 15-horse sample, so it's not a big one, but he has a penchant for improving horses off the claim. You get the hot jock today in Jose Morelos. I think the price is going to be right, because let's show you Linus Stray, who just beat Downing Street in his last start. And Linus Stray is trained by Carlos David, and if Carlos David's going to saddle a horse and they show up in the walking ring, they're going to bet him with both hands. And so that's why Linus Stray's a shorter number in here. Downing Street, very odd race for Downing Street. Bob, thanks, buddy, because here's Downing Street out the back. Well, he's way out. What? I don't know what happened. He was lethargic. That's his running style. And he is going to roll late. I don't know if he drops out of the picture, but he's going to roll late. Linus Stray wins this race, and kudos to him for grinding it out. Here's Downing Street. He needed one more jump. He didn't get it. They're both players in here. They're both solid. The interesting thing with Downing Street, though, that was a 2L that he didn't win, whereas Linus Stray it did win. So Downing Street's jumping in a little bit here. I don't like that running style. It's just not conducive to getting wins that often. When you're spotting the field 8, 9, 10 lengths and you got to make it all up on the far turn, I'm not that interested. Looking for Roses is kind of the interesting horse, because I said this earlier today. He's kind of the house horse. He just lost the 3L by a neck in a very, very good effort. It's Safi, and again, Francisco Arrieta is picking up a lot of these mounts now for Safi. He just necked out Guildenstern, who was actually, behind Guildenstern, who was second in that race last time. He's a big player here as well. He's another one with not a lot of early speed. So, I respect both of them in the fact that they've run well, but I don't know. Guildenstern might have a little bit of hang in him. I thought he could have won either of his last 2 races. He didn't. And looking for Roses, I like what Safi's doing here. He freshens him up. Guildenstern has run since that March 23rd race. Looking for Roses, comes in healthy. Late double kicks off with the feature on this 9-race Thursday card. Race number 8 is a state-bred optional claimer for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Scratch the AEs here. We go 5 furlongs on the turf. Again, the rails are out at 80 feet. The 9, 10, and 11 are all scratched out of here. I mentioned this is my long shot. And don't tell Tamo, she's looking up at a lot of gals in here. At 16-1 last time, she was 4th. But the reason she was 16-1 is because, well, it's twofold. There was some wild incorrect betting on the favorite in there. It was a C2 Safi horse breaking from the 1. Make Haste, who won the race. I think he got $8.40 on a horse that quite honestly could have been 8-5, but that ballooned everybody else out. She was 3-1. The Safi horse was even money. So everybody else was blown out. Don't tell Tamo ran okay. It was her turf sprint debut. Kent Sweezy does not have good numbers with first turf or horses in his barn making first turf. This is a really good barn that has had a very prolific start to 2025. Don't tell Tamo's got room to improve. I know she's facing older horses for the first time, but you know what else she's also doing? She's also facing state breds for the first time. So I think she could be sneaky in here. There's a lot of speed to set her up as well. Excuse me, and that's why I put her on top. She loves to travel as part of that speed brigade. I would assume she's going to be a short number. Her debut was strong. Big figure, was on the Tapeta. She wired, she ran off and never stopped that day. Jose D'Angelo all of a sudden has become very, very proficient as a first turf guy. He was at one point, I think it was 0 for 54 first turf. It was like the biggest toss out, biggest albatross maybe in racing. Now, all of a sudden, he's 14% with a ginormous ROI. He's 20% in turf sprints in general. She loves to travel from a good post position. Uncle Mo on the bottom of the pedigree. She's worked well on the turf. They're going to bet her, and rightfully so. And she's a big player. I want to show you Happy Ride. She ran second. I hate beating up horses that run second. She's beaten a neck. I just thought she was like, this was a really good effort, but I feel like, man, can they go to the well again? Matty R for Safi is so fast early. Look at Happy Ride, just doing all the dirty work, and Clay Soldier's going to swoop. She's the 7. She takes advantage of it as she's licking her chops. But Happy Ride, surrounded here in mid-stretch, and Baby Blocks is going by, right? Nope. Happy Ride re-breaks. Laura Cesares is having such a strong run here at the Royal Palm. This is like the definition of unfair. If you bet Happy Ride that day at 6-1, I feel for you, because not only did she run a winning race, she deserved to win. I just wonder, can she come back to that race? There's so much speed in this race. It's not going to be easy for her. The favorite's going to be lapped to her on the outside. I think it's a tough ask. Greenfield Cougar wants to cut back. She'll get it today. Turf, well, we'll see about that today. Race number 9 wraps up the card. We're at 6.5 furlongs on a fast main track. $25,000 maiden claimers in here. No scratches. The 7 Fly Commander. Jonathan Acasio will pick this one up as well. Hope to see Sonny Leone here in Hollandale Beach soon. I got to text Samantha. She'd been in her glory today, huh? 3, Steppy, first time gelding. 5, Adversary, first time gelding. 7, 6, No End, first time gelding. 3 of them, 3 of the 8 in here, a first time gelding. All right, I chalked out on Migratory, the 4 horse. I mentioned it already. I don't love this pick. I'm a little mad. I put this horse on top. I'm going to show you why. Okay, very fast second last time. I want to be up front and mention that. Well clear of third. Grim Reaper wins this race. Migratory 7-2. Aren't you supposed to win from here? I mean, come on. You got to win this from here. And not only doesn't win, he kind of, very mildly, very easily succumbs to Grim Reaper. So I don't love that effort. Now, again, with that being said, a ridiculously fast race for this kind of level and against this kind of field. And he's every bit of 7-5 in here. I did put him on top, but you are allowed to look elsewhere. Adversary is interesting, especially now as a first-time gelding. He's second off a layoff. He didn't run at all last time, but that was a pretty solid group as he faced older horses for the first time. Eddie Plesa Jr. is going to put blinkers on. He broke dead last from a kind of an inside draw last time. Edgar Zayas takes over for Paco. I think he's eligible to improve. Steppy for DeBona off the claim. That's the positive. The negative is Bobby claimed this horse on February 28th. Maybe he didn't want to run him in the championship meet. I don't know. But he claimed him for 50. You can have him today for a quarter. I don't think that's ideal. He is a gelding. That is positive. Bobby, 24% off the claim is a big deal as well. That's 9 for you here today. Solid card. Again, as I mentioned, turf racing here on a firm turf course. That not everybody can say that today with weather hitting the East Coast. Let's take a look at the lightning round before we send it upstairs to Buddy Pete Aiello for the scratches and changes, as we do each and every Thursday. The standings, we'll take a look at it now. Edgar Zayas, 30. Paco is, he probably maybe sticks around on the leaderboard until next week, but he's up doing his thing, as I joked, winning 8, 9, or 10 a day up at Monmouth on the shore as he dominates up there each and every year. So Amicio, a good start to the meet. I can't say enough about Jose Morelos. Smiling Jose, as I kind of jokingly call him, because he always has a smile on his face. And, boy, he has taken off of late. And it's great to see. Young kid that's a hard worker that does a good job. 18 wins for him. Trainer standings. I believe we've got a tie. And this is fun because Safi's going to have to earn it. Carlos David, doesn't have the numbers Safi does, but boy, oh boy, is this barn white hot. Jose D'Angelo up there. Todd Pletcher will fall off too, as he's around the country as well. I talked about it. Let's show it to you now. Preakness 150. They drew it up there in Maryland, and then the whole gang is up there, the office, and now Ronnie and Samantha as well. You'll see them on the feed up there. Journalism 8 to 5, very likely be odds on in the Preakness by post time. Of course, American Promise for the coach Wayne Lucas. Wayne won the race last year with Seize the Gray. River Thames, we know him so well down here as he wintered here for the Hall of Famer. Todd Pletcher, second in the Fountain of Youth, third in the Grade 1 Bluegrass at Keeneland. Sandman, going to wheel back, clever again for the Hall of Famer Steve Asmussen. Gosker we saw here at Gulfstream as well. Fun Preakness 150. Good segue into the wagering guide here that Jeremy Plonk and the team at ExpressBet put out, and this is just absolutely chock full of information. Picks, it's free too, by the way. It's free. My picks are in there. Everybody's picks are in there as well. It's very, very sharply done too. Just check it out. It's online, Twitter, all that kind of good stuff. It's just me today, so I guess I'm supposed to know my best bet. This is love mommy, love it. A short number in race 5. I will say this. There's an anchor for you to end the early 5, to end the early 4 in your rainbow at 125. And I've got a long shot in race number 8, 81, Sweezy on the turf with the 1. Don't tell Tamo. That's it for me. Again, I'll be here with you all afternoon. Dennis and I hanging out. We've got a good 9-pack for you. Pete's upstairs with your scratches and changes. I'll see you back here for the opener.